All righty, Roo. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside Texas with Mitch and Jeff. So glad to have you here with us tonight.
Yes.
Or if you're restreaming it, which a lot of people do, and watch it. Thank you for restreaming and watching. We are on the Jeff Michaels Facebook page. We are also on GCOR1. And I want to get that. Hang on. I always do this. I always forget about this. And I want to make sure that we do this and get that going on. Hang on. Almost there. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, got that going. Okay. And we are on YouTube as well. And we're on the Inside Texas Facebook page and Jeff Michaels Facebook page. Yeah, we're on all of those. So everywhere on the web, we're somewhere on the web.
I like it.
If you want to be a part of it, that's great. Be a part of it. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I know this is a crazy week. This is the craziest week I probably had since my daughter was born, or my son was born, or I was born, or Mitch was born. Probably the craziest week. Anyway, Tidehaven Tigers, we'll start out like this. Tidehaven Tigers are going to the state championship game in Arlington, Texas, Thursday at 7 p.m.
Wow.
Yahoo.
Jerry's World.
And I need to talk to Jerry because my Eagles lost there last night. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Jerry and I even cleaned up for the whole occasion, cleaned up everything, and I said, I need to talk to Jerry. I told him my name was Buddha, and he said he'd see me right away. So I guess that's what you got to do to get to see Jerry.
I guess.
But congratulations and hats off go to the Tigers.
Yeah.
Man, another overtime win. And David Lucio, our coach, has never did an overtime game ever.
Oh, God.
He had 2 in a row in the playoffs.
Back to back.
Yeah, as many years as he's been coaching.
Well, and the whole county is excited, Jeff. Yeah. The whole county. That's all Commissioner's Court could talk about today.
Yeah.
Just the whole county's excited.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing. And I know while we're broadcasting right now that the Tidehaven Tigers are doing their pep rally.
Okay.
They're doing their live pep rally on there. So, but they got that going. And I'll tell you what, the broadcast this week that we're going to do from up there at AT&T is not only going to be our audio, okay, of the game. We're also doing video. We're going to be doing a video pregame.
Wow.
And a video halftime. Okay. And we got great sponsors. I'm telling you, some of the great corporate sponsors. We got great small business. If you have a small business and you want to be a part of this, man, you still got time to get with me. Just email me.
Not much time, but a little time.
Not much time. No. You got till tomorrow midnight to get in.
Okay.
So I'm giving everybody that time tomorrow midnight because I'm going to be up all night tonight getting this stuff together and good part of the day tomorrow. Take a little nap before we drive to Arlington on Wednesday night. So
got it.
It's going to be a great game against Gutner. Gutner is the state defending 3A Division II champions. They have not lost in 31 games.
Oh man.
So yeah, they're going to be. It's going to be a
tough.
But I know we can do it. I know our team. I know the guys. I know how much their heart is set into this, and they need to ride their coattails and not give up like they've done in the past, every game they played this year.
Yeah, clearly there's no quit in them. That's for sure.
No, this is the hardest fighting football team, high school football team that I've ever seen. And I've seen NFL teams that don't even look as good as these guys. I mean, just take my Eagles last night. They looked terrible. The Tidehaven could have beat the Eagles last night. That's all I got to say. They could have beat them. But it's going to be a great game. Listen to it on GCOR1.com.
Right.
GCOR1.com. Live from Arlington. We're going to start about 6 o'clock up there.
Okay.
There's 2 other games prior to that game on Thursday. That's going to be up there. And so right after they're done, we already got I talked to the folks at AT&T Stadium, talked to the folks at UIL. and they're behind us. We talked to them. The guy said good luck. He said you guys look like a great team from AT&T, and this is the guy, the Dallas Cowboys up there. So we got a great booth. We're in a suite. So they put us up in a suite. We're going to be broadcasting from the suite. So yeah, it's going to be great, and we're looking forward to it. And I'm excited. I really am excited about this. And you know, we are the farthest southern team playing in this playoff by number one.
Okay. All right.
And we haven't gotten this far, I don't think, since 1961 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I read.
1981 was the last time we got to the game prior to this one.
Right.
That's as far as, right? So yeah, it's been a long time, and we are due. And our children of the corn are going to get it done. That's all I'm going to say. The children of the corn are going to get it done. But we're looking forward to it. Yes. If you want to be a sponsor, you can email me, jeffmichaels65@gmail.com. You can message me. You can put something over here on the side where you can talk to us tonight and say, hey, Jeff, contact me. Let me know. You know, for small businesses that are out there, it's a very inexpensive thing to get involved in something that's just historic. This is very, very historic game for this area.
Jeff,
and,
how many people you anticipate listening in Thursday night?
Okay, so just to give you an idea, last week we had over 10,000 listeners.
Wow!
Yeah,
10,000. Cow!
Yeah, and I had the number. It was 10,360 or 10,860, something like that.
Wow!
But we had over 10,000 listeners. This week, I got a phone call from the people that I stream with, and they said, "Man, we let it go this past week because I'm good for up to 10,000." We went over that, and I said, "I don't think I'll ever have 10,000 people listening at one time." And we did. So we bought the extra stream, the extra to go over in case we have more, which we will. Now, I know you have to pay to watch the game on the video feed, but I'll tell you what, you can close your eyes and just listen to us call this game, and people say it's more exciting than what it is on the TV. So
I love it.
But anyway, we love Gerald and I and John DeWitt, who's part of it. We just love what we do. We love what we do for the Tidehaven Tigers, and we're looking forward. And hopefully next year we have some more teams that are going to be on our stream besides the Tigers. We're working on that. I don't want to mention any names, say who it is yet until we get the green light to go. But we have some teams that we are going to be calling football teams. So we're looking forward to that.
Great.
That's it's going to be great.
That's growth and progress, Jeff. That's what we want.
It's more and more and more. I mean, just the amount of people that watch this show throughout the week is unbelievable. It's great. So we appreciate everybody and the sponsorships that are coming in, and you know, we're helping everybody out. If you get this, if you do the sponsorship for this game, we're going to play the commercial on GCOR1 until January 1st. Your commercial will play throughout with the music.
There you go.
And also, if you're looking for non-commercial music on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and you just want to play Christmas music or holiday music, then our station is the one to listen to, because you can just sit there, play the stream, and all day long you'll have thousands of different Christmas songs that are on there to play. So it's really, really cool. So
excellent.
We got that going on. And thanks, hats off to my friend Mitch here, who helped out tremendously on our pep rally last week. And Jeannie Morris was great. The judge came on.
Isn't she great? Yeah.
You know, we had our mayor come on. We had, oh man, so many different people came on. You know, came on the show. Bubba Frick came on. The commissioner. Then we had the mayor. Who else? Man, I don't know. We had a lot of people on. And and the letter from the governor. I want to thank our governor for getting back to us, and from the office of the governor, send a letter. Yeah. Just great. So appreciate all that, and appreciate you, Mitch, and helping with this week and getting everybody, getting people on board with this, because it's going to be.
Wow, it like you said, Jeff, it's historic. I'm happy to do it. It's for our community. It's for our kids. Yes. Heck, that's what gets me up every day. But celebrating this, when they're grandparents, they're going to be telling the story about when they went to state. I played football a long time, and I never made it very far in the playoffs. So I just can't imagine the stories, the experiences that these kids are getting to see, the places they're getting to see.
Yeah.
My hat's off to the coaches, the administrators at Tidehaven for supporting these kids, raising their parents. Let's don't forget about their parents. What a great job their parents are doing. It's just a whole county effort. Like I said, I was in Commissioner's Court this morning, and people from all over, every corner of Matagorda County is proud. And if I understand right, and Jeff, you can help me with this, I think they're coming through town. Are they coming through Bay City? And if so, when?
I didn't get all that information yet.
Yeah.
We're waiting on the bus company and stuff like that to make sure that they're able to do it. As soon as I get that information out, we'll have it up on our website, and we'll have it up on our Facebook page.
Good. Because
I do believe they are planning on coming back through Bay City again.
Okay. I remember last time we had a great turnout all along the route. Yeah. Again, all of Matagorda County is excited to send them off. I notice now here in Bay City, a lot of businesses have Roll Tide and Go Tidehaven painted on the windows all along 7th Street. And so everybody's getting involved. Everybody's behind it. And Jeff, thank you for going up there and broadcasting it live. So we've got an idea of what's going on.
Don't thank me. It's like a vacation for me to go out there.
I bet.
This is great. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I never got to do a state championship game. We came very, very close over in Louisiana and Pennsylvania over in the sports, but never got to do a state championship game. So we're really, really looking forward to this. And I want to thank Mike. Mike complains. You know what, Mariner? I'm gonna get Mariner. What I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do for Mike Mariner. Okay. And I know. I tell myself all the time to announce the score. It's a great game, but please give the score more often. Okay. For you older folks that are as old as Mike Mariner, like 100 years old or 125, I will give the score. He is, isn't he? He's like 100 old. Something. He's like the second oldest person in Matagorda County. That's what I heard.
I think when he was a welder, that was before they had electricity.
Yeah. He used that. Yeah. There used to be two guys outside rubbing their hands together for friction.
Yeah, just a well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, thanks, Mike, for letting me know to give the score more often. I will do that for you. Oh man. And don't send that thing that you send on my text over Facebook. Don't do that. No. Don't do it. That little finger thing.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's got to be rated PG at least.
Yeah, PG. Yeah. Caught KP at the Last Supper. Oh. He was at the Last Supper. That's what he said. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt you were at the Last Supper. All right. But anyway, 6 o'clock, we start the pregame from AT&T Stadium. 7 o'clock is the kickoff, and then at halftime, we have another special thing that we're going to do. And I'm working on that tonight. I'll be up all tonight and tomorrow and get it together. So Tidehaven Tiger, even if you're not a fan and you're in this county, regardless of what school you go, it's all about Matagorda County now, and one team got it, and we got there, and we're going to do it. So hats off to the Tidehaven Tigers, their fans, the families, the coaches, the staff, everything. Guys did an awesome job this year, and we're going to just keep rolling. So roll Tide, baby. That's all I got to say. Even have people in Alabama. I saw a Facebook page, a guy in Alabama that was wearing his Alabama shirt. He said, "Who's this Tidehaven Tiger team? Roll Tide." That's our motto. And the guy was explaining it to him. He goes, "Oh, okay. Well, roll Tide, roll Tide." It was funny. It was very good. So I think Joey Rosales had put it up. It was pretty funny.
There you go.
But anyway, that's what's going on with Tidehaven. Now let's move on to other things we got, and I'll let you do your choice, Mitch. Which one you want to hit first?
Well, I just wanted to explain to everybody that the Christmas parade, the lighted parade here in Bay City, has been rescheduled. It's quite some controversy when that was canceled from a week ago. I guess 2 weeks ago, Friday. Now, for those, and there were so many haters on Facebook, and I don't really pay attention to that. But I was going to just explain a minute. You don't just reschedule a parade. I want people to stop and think how many moving parts. So you've got to schedule all of the police department. Every member of the police department has to come in. You can't do that in 2 days. It was on Friday. A lot of people wanted it rescheduled the next week. I wanted to know why it wasn't. Why didn't you have a rain date? It's because there's so many volunteers. I even had to reach out to our Lions Club to make sure that we had the volunteers that could line up the floats, to help line up the floats, help get everything in line. Folks, you don't turn this on a dime. But we're lucky enough that we were able to reschedule it. Unfortunately, it's at 7:00 Thursday when the Tidehaven team is going to be playing. But to each his own. Pick and choose what you do best. We hope that all the floats from the previous date can be there. I know I'm going to be there. The Bay City Lions Club will be there, and so. But give the organizers a little bit of a break in that trying to reschedule this thing. I would imagine there's probably 100 different people that have to be contacted, consulted. Check your calendars. Check and see if you're going to have the volunteers. Check and see if you've got the security, the police department. Guys, there's a lot goes on, and it took them a little bit of time. Cut them some slack when things don't happen just the way you want them to in society. It's just not as easy as picking a date or throwing a dart. But we have got it rescheduled. I know a lot of people look forward to it. Nobody canceled it the other night to disappoint you or your kids. I read that, just cut the organizers some slack, but we have it. Look forward to it Thursday night, 7:00. Again, it goes from the Bay City Library down to 60, goes south on 61 block, and then continues east on 6th Street. I hope you'll come out.
And the other thing is, if you're at the parade, you can listen to the game. That's one of the things.
All right.
Listen to the game. Just go to gcor1.com and you can listen to the game. You're not going to miss anything. I guarantee you're not going to miss anything. So just go up there. Just go up there, listen to the game until you get home, or where you can watch it, or wherever you're going to watch the game and stuff like that. Hey, the most exciting parts of the game are, second, third, and fourth quarter. Pretty much. So
the overtime.
The overhaul, man. Let me tell you. Yeah.
Get a lot of sleep before that. That sounds like it could be a tough game and a long game, Jeff. So be ready to go when you get up there.
Yeah, I'll be ready. That's for sure.
All right. I will commit to folks. I'm announcing just south of the courthouse on 6th Street, 1700 block of 6th Street. I will have the game on, and so as I'm announcing the floats and the different folks coming through, I'll also be keeping everybody up on the game, the scores.
There you go. Yeah. In case somebody's not listening or whatever, just let them know. Let them know they can listen to us online, So that's one. That's one down. Now we got the next one. What's the next one? We need to get to this commissioner's court thing.
You want to do that right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Do the call for action thing. Yeah.
So we've got. Let me start it off this way, Jeff. I pulled the taxable evaluations between 2022 and 2023, and what does that mean? So your appraisal of your property went up substantially, and so there's more taxable income there's higher taxable income on the books. Now, our city chose not to increase from 23 to 24. Our ISD chose not to increase from 23 to 24. Now, the county did. They're going to collect $1.6 million more in 2024 than they collected in 2023. And I've told you this many times. They need it. They need it to operate our county. But let me share with you a little bit. In all of Matagorda County, in 2022, now this is all the county, $5,893,000,000, let's say $894 million worth of taxable assets in Matagorda County. That is increased because of the appraisal increase to $6,755,000,000. So $6,755,000,000 in taxable income right here in Matagorda County in 2023 from the Matagorda County Appraisal District. So what does that mean? So January, is it the 15th, Jeff? Yeah. January the 15th, I need you. It's a call to action. I need you to attend Commissioner's Court. I need a lot of you to attend Commissioner's Court because they're going to be voting on a tax abatement for HIF. Now, folks, this tax abatement, this project is $7 billion. $7 billion project. In other words, once the abatement goes away, which is going to be, let's say, 10 years, we get to double our taxable value. Double. So we will go from $6,755,000,000 and add 7 to that, almost $14 billion in taxable income. What does that mean for me and for you? It means that our taxes, our residential taxes, should drop substantially. We cannot continue to operate the county on residential taxes, property taxes. We just can't. They needed the $1.6 million. They need another $1.6 million next year. They've got to continue to buy products to service our county. They need to hire employees. They need to hire officers, deputies, jailers. And that costs money. I told you that you can go to Buc-ee's today and make more money than a heavy equipment operator that's been here 20 years. This is how we do it. Not by increasing your taxes or my taxes, not really increasing the value of our property. I need you. And if you can't come on January the 15th, by the way, that's a Monday morning, 9:30. If you give me 9:30 to 10:30, if you can't, then here's your homework. I need you to talk to your county commissioner and say, support the tax abatement that Mitch Thames talked about. I don't give money away easily. I need you to support this tax abatement. I need them to pick here. They're not just automatically going to pick Matagorda County. Now, for those of you that are confused, I already have a tax abatement for HIF 1, and that's $7 billion. I've got that. What I need now is the second project, and there are a dozen cities in Texas right now that wants it so bad, but we're in competition. I need the 90 jobs on HIF 2. I need the 120 jobs on HIF 1. But more importantly, folks, in a 10-year time frame when this abatement expires, then I need $21 billion on the books. Then I'm going to be at Commissioner's Court. I hope I'm there in 10 years. I'm going to be in Commissioner's Court demanding that your residential taxes and my residential taxes are lowered, since we've got the industry supporting the growth. And so just to recap, January the 15th at 9:30. We're going to put as many people in Commissioner's Court. We're going to put as many people as safely as the fire marshal will let us in the halls. And then right down there by the Christmas tree is right now, the flagpole. I need you there. I just need you for about an hour. Now, I'd love to have as many of you speak in favor of the abatement as humanly possible. We'll just rotate you up and back, up and back. I don't care if we take the rest of the day just to hear testimony. My commissioners are saying that they're not listening. They're not listening. They're not hearing from you, that we are not communicating effectively with the commissioners. We've got to correct that, because there's a handful of people that are against abatements, and by God, they're talking to the commissioners. And so I need this. It's a hydrogen project. It's going to make hydrogen fuel for aviation, for jet fuel. It's going to employ over 90 people, $100,000 a job. But really why I'm supporting it is to lower our residential property taxes. They've gotten outrageous. We've got single parent families that are hurting. And we've got our elderly that have retired and on a fixed income, and they're hurting. So I need us to band together. If you have any questions, give me a call. I'd love to visit with you about it. If you need more information, vote yes. The message is for Commissioner's Court to vote in favor of a tax abatement for HIF. It'll be negotiated. I'm assuming let's just say it's 100% for 10 years. 100% for 10 years. We support that so that year 11, 12, 13, 14, year 30, and year 40, you and I are enjoying a lower residential property tax rate. And our kids have jobs. It's a win, win, win. Now, here's the other one that I'm going to hear. Well, Mitch, they're going to pick Matagorda County anyway. Yeah, right. So that was the same thing you said about Tenaris' $500 million project. And where is that? You said that they were going to build the $500 million project at Tenaris, whether the county commissioner gave them an abatement or not. Well, you lied, because that project is now in Northeast Houston, and it didn't take them long to make that decision. Couple months. So pull these abatements down, don't offer abatements, and shut growth down. And when we shut growth down because somebody doesn't like abatement and doesn't like somebody getting better ahead of them and ahead of that and whatever, and we're sitting here and can't afford to live here in Matagorda County, I'm going to get on here and say, I told you so. I'm going to get on here and tell you, you can't afford to live here because you wouldn't listen to the experts. This isn't new. Fort Bend County has done it. Brazoria County has done it. And everybody talks about what great things they have. Jeff, on another segment, I want to talk about the fact that all I read on Facebook is why the city can't fix this and that and the other. And I'm going to leave you with this. Without these abatements, without the HIF-1, without the HIF-2, without these abatements, you're never going to fix the water lines and the streets and build a new pool. Because I'm telling you right now, you and I can't afford what it would cost us to build a pool, to fix all the streets, and to fix all the water lines. You and I cannot afford it. It would cost too much. Those of you that bitch and say, well, they ought to be able to do it with the money I pay, go get a city budget and tell me where to cut. The only place that they can find enough money to fix all the streets, enough money to fix all the water lines, enough money to fix the infrastructure, enough money to build a pool is additional taxes. And I can't. I'm tapped out. I'm done. Tapped out. Not going to pay anymore. But if I can get these industries in here that pick up the burden to pick up a $7 billion, double the the taxable evaluations for all of Matagorda County, triple it if we get what we're going. $500 million right now, Rome USA it will be going back on the book. We've got enough tax abatements in the works. Tenaris, for instance, has been 8 years of a 10-year tax abatement for the port, the hospital, and the school districts. And so all of that money is going to start going on to the tax rolls. Pay attention at budget time. Pay attention at tax rate decision time. But by gosh, I need you January the 15th. I need you at 9:30 to 10:30. I need you to speak if you feel comfortable doing it, but just your body being there will let these commissioners know that you support it. That's what they want. They want to know that this is what the community wants. Because right now they're listening to the knuckleheads and they're listening to them say, no abatements. I don't want abatements. Well, by God, it's time for us, the majority, to stand up, step out, get in the arena, let our commissioners know. If you can't make it, pick up a phone. I don't care what commissioner you tell. It doesn't even have to be your commissioner. Now, they talk regularly. And so get on the phone with your commissioner. Come out January the 15th, 9:30, Commissioner's Court. If you can't get inside, just go right down there on the steps and just wave at them every once in a while. I'll be in there. Hopefully I can get in there and talk for you if you're not able to talk. But they hear from me all the time. We have got to have a tax base that can support the future needs of both the city, Matagorda County, because, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't, we're not going to be able to afford to live here. Jeff, thanks for the opportunity to talk about it. It's all about building up the taxable base to go from 7 billion to 14 billion to 21 billion to 28 billion. And in that way, it's not the burden of raising taxes isn't on us in the residential world. Jeff, does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. And I want to say something. I want to say something to that effect. This just happened. You know, I'm gonna use this as this part of the scenario. So I get a phone call from somebody that says to me, well, when you go and do your thing, all you need is your laptop, a headset, and a microphone. Okay. All right. Okay. So who paid for the laptop? Who paid for the headset? Who paid for the microphone? Yeah. Then you got your streaming service that you have to have, and you got to pay for your website. You got to pay for your radio. You got to pay for your personalities, your radio personalities, plus your production, and time of production.
Oh boy.
So let's put it this way. If you have a restaurant, let's say this person was a restaurant owner, and I said to them, I want one of those $1.25 cheeseburgers. But we don't have $1.25 cheeseburgers. Well, you should. That's all they cost you. That's $1.25. Well, yeah, well, that's the cost of what it costs me. But then I got to pay my electricity, my insurance, my everything else. So you can't right. You can't look at just something for the face of what it is. You have to realize, everybody has to realize that there's hidden costs that you don't see in front of you. You know, the county still has to pay insurance. The county still has to pay its employees. The county still has to pay for parts and labor. Do you know, going out right now to get a new tractor, okay?
Oh yeah.
Is 4 times the amount it was 12 years ago. 4 times the amount. You could get a tractor for $12,000, you know, at 12 years ago, so 15 years ago. You know, now they're $100,000, $125,000. And to repair those pieces of equipment, start at anywhere between $150 and $200 an hour, with a minimum of an hour to an hour and a half, plus the parts. You know, to keep something going. It's like you said before. Well, let's build a city. Okay, well, what do we got? What do we have to start it? Well, we got money. Okay, what are we going to build first? Well, we have to have water for everybody. Okay, we got water. Well, we got to put electric in. Okay, we got electric. We need roads. Okay, we're putting the roads in. You know,
right?
We need it. We need employees now to take care of those roads, take care of the electric, take care of the water, and then you got to maintain that stuff. Then after 25, 30 years, when something's up, you know, everybody looks at each other and goes, "Well, it's broke. Who's going to pay for that?"
Right.
Well, we do. We're a part of the community. That's what a community is. You're a part of a community. Community is a part of saying, okay, I want to live here, and I'm also going to do my part with the money that I pay in taxes and that to get out there. But if there's not enough taxable revenue, if there's not enough, if the tax base is low, okay, there is no way you're going to maintain the things that you built and put together. You know, and this. Well, I don't want Bay City to get bigger. Well, you ain't got much of a choice, but then to bring more businesses, not make it bigger, spread it out wide.
Right.
Bring in businesses that are profitable, that are big, that bring in great tax revenue. You need to do that. Well, Mitch, how about the hotel? The hotels are taxed. That's a hotel motel tax, and that goes for something totally different. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's totally different.
I just wish sometime we have an education class on how it works. I'm going to say this again, and I've argued with people about this. I've argued with a mayor of a city one time, and Mitch, I told you this already. I said the United States is a business. A town is a business. A county is a business. Well, no, it's not. Well, yes, it is. You have a county. Let's take a town of Bay City. Okay. Do you buy things? Yes. Do you sell things? Yes. Do you pay people? Yes. Do you take in revenue? Yes. Do you pay out? Yes. Then you're a business.
Yeah.
You have an inventory? Well, yeah.
You have a budget? Yeah, that's right.
So it works as a business. And if business is slow, what do you have to do to build up business? What do you have to do to build up business? And that's the easiest way to put it in layman's terms. How do you build up the business? Now let's change that word business to city. How do you build up the city? Okay. How do we grab tourist money? In here during the summertime. Right. What do we do to keep maintaining the wintertime when there's not so many tourists are here? What can we do to do that? Right. So the structure and the way the things are put together have to be a 24-hour, 365-day process, because the town has to make money 24 hours a day. The county has to make money 24 hours.
That's right.
They can't say, well, the past 6 hours didn't make a dime. Well, then there's a problem. So it has to create revenue. It has to create a tax base in order for these things to get paid. And you know, I argue with people that, well, they got enough money down there. Just because it's a big number doesn't mean it's going in other people's pockets. That number gets down to nothing all the time.
Well, Jeff, I challenge somebody that says that they've got enough money to go pull the budget off the website, cityofbaycity.org, pull the budget and look at it and tell me they've got enough money. Look at the revenue, look at the expenses, and show me this huge number of excess money. There's not any. I mean, it's buying cars for the police. It's buying vehicles for the workers. It's buying equipment, just like you just said. Their health care, Jeff, the increase in the city's health care policy would scare you to death.
Yeah.
Because the city covers the health care, the insurance for its employees. And it is just outrageous. All of our insurance.
Well, Mitch, why don't they just drop health care for everybody? Just drop it. Just drop it. You know.
Yeah.
Now, how are you gonna? What's the incentive for those people to come and work? Just work and get.
I know.
There isn't any.
Well, here's the other. So if I can go to Buc-ee's and make more money, why do I stay with the city or the county?
Right.
Now throw in the fact that I have a skill set And we've got STP, we've got Tenaris, we've got Phillips 66, we've got ConocoPhillips, we've got all of these industries that are paying $30 to $40 an hour. $30 to $40 an hour. If I'm making 20 at the city, and I've got to take care of my family, what am I going to do? Out of the goodness of my heart, I'm going to stay with the city? No, you're going to go where the dollars are.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that the city needs to spend $40 an hour, but we're going to have to get closer.
Yeah.
Right now, Senate Bill 22 in the House, they were talking about this at Commissioner's Court, is incentivizing rural counties with additional pay, grant money to pay to attract law enforcement individuals, jailers, for instance, because the county can't afford to pay a jailer anymore. And so the state's going to come in and share some of this bounty, this overage, with the rural counties so that they can get employees. The question is, how long is that overage? How long is that state help going to last? We have a downturn in the state budget. That money's going to be cut. Now what do we do? So the question is, there's never free money. But I did support them going for those extra dollars, if nothing but for the next 3 years.
Yeah, and you're right about that. You're right about the jailer issue. My son worked there as a jailer in the county.
Yeah,
and the pay, you got people leaving there all the time. They go to Brazoria, they're making $5, $6, $10 more an hour.
Yeah.
I talked to a sheriff that was a sheriff here in this county, in Matagorda County, and I, believe it or not, I got pulled over because I had a taillight out up in Wharton County. And this kid, the guy that pulled me over, happened to be good friends with my son. And I said, "When you were just in Matagorda County a couple of months ago?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, things just changed. I had to get up here. There was more money there."
Oh, okay.
So you make the move, and it's like exactly what you say. Just because you like a job, I like my job. I love what I'm doing. But to be frustrated to sit back when you get that paycheck, to wonder, man, am I going to be able to pay my bills?
Right.
You should not have to work as hard as everybody does, for a good part of the 99% of America does. Sit back and say, man, I can't afford to feed my family.
Right.
And you're working 45, 50, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
You can't do it. I know what I go through with my small business and the radio. I got to keep going. Keep going. Right. I got to keep going all the time. And I'm burning the candle at both ends, guys. I'm burning my candle at both ends. And to have the health issues that I have on top of taking care of my daughter who still goes to high school, my new granddaughter, my wife who helps me. I couldn't do it without my wife, who helps me. We're together 7 days a week, 365 days a year, not even an hour apart from each other. I mean,
you are blessed, Jeff. Yeah, you are blessed. You're blessed, Jeff.
Yes, I am.
You are a blessed individual.
Do not tell her that, though. Please.
Okay, I won't.
Keep it quiet. Keep that part down. And don't anybody say anything. Andy, you keep quiet about it, and Mike, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell her that when you keep it shut. But to do all these things and wonder where the next dollar is coming from, because tomorrow may never get here for you. So, as somebody my age, somebody your age, Mitch, let's say you don't have a retirement set up. I don't have a retirement set up. I wish I did. You know, because every time you put a retirement set up and the price of everything goes up, now you're borrowing from your retirement. You got to get this done.
Sure.
We don't go on vacations. We don't do that kind of stuff.
Right.
A lot of people don't even think of that anymore. There's middle class is so thin anymore. It's either you're broke as hell, or you got more money to know to do with than God, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse in that way. So
I know.
I understand exactly what you're saying and where you're coming from, but people got to realize it's just, you have to have a good base in a county or a county. And you have to
and diverse. I mean, I want housing. I want, I want retail. I want businesses. But I'm telling you, we also have got to grow because ag is dying.
Right.
Ag, whether we like it or not, ag, I had somebody the other day tell me, well, I just hate for all these industry to take all this ag land away. Ain't nobody forcing the ag people to sell their land. They're graciously selling their land a lot of times because the kids don't want to go into farming or they're losing money at it. I mean, we had a prominent Matagorda County family that completely got out of the farming business just because of the prices and the inability to make it. So ag is under attack. Residential, guys, I'm gonna say it one more time. You want the infrastructure fixed for Bay City, you can't afford it. And if you think that the money is in the current budget, then I challenge you to pull it and to see where is the money. Because I'm going to tell you, once you pay salaries, once you pay benefits, there's not a whole lot left. And you've got vehicles with 102 and $300,000 miles on it, and they're in the shop every other day. You've got to replace equipment. I'm telling you guys, it's not as easy as just, hey, why won't you fix the water leak in front of my house? I'm telling you, and I'll tell you something else too. This is a fact. The city was trying to put in 2 water wells. The bids came back double to what they expected. Double. Now they're going to put 1 well in and try to fix another well. They're out there deciding to do the best they can with the money they have. They're trying not to go up on our taxes because they realize, just like I just said, you and I living in our houses cannot afford to pay much more. But if we want to continue to run the city as a city, run the county as a county, they're going to have to go up. Why not? Let's get more taxpayers than more taxes from the current people. And you're not even thinking about the people that are passing away, unfortunately, or moving away. Right. There is no status quo. You can't stay stagnant. You can't not grow because you're gonna. I mean, there's people having to move away. Unfortunately, we're losing citizens every day.
Right.
And I'm telling you guys, I'm calling but I need you on the 16th because I need growth. I need you to tell our elected officials we need growth. There may be an opportunity that I need you to go to council. I don't have a project going in right now in the city of Bay City. But I have got to share this wealth. When we put Tenaris in, everybody says I've got the Tenaris headache. No, not headache. The Tenaris tax abatement hangover. But I'm telling you, the city's the 8 years that Tenaris has been here, the city's sales tax has doubled from $350,000 a month to over $700,000 to $800,000 a month. That's growth. That's less money they had to take out of my pocket and your pocket as a residential citizen. That's more money coming in. That's what we need to do more of. If we get 120 more employees at HIF, we get another 40 employees at Rome USA, we get another 90 to 100 employees, sales tax will even go even higher. And our residential taxes can be lowered. I'm telling you, that's the key. That's the key to being able to afford to live here. I don't know what we're going to do with windstorm insurance, homeowners insurance, the cost of living. That's a whole nother subject if we have time to get there.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I need you. This is just one call to action. There's going to be many. I need you January the 15th, 9:30 to 10:30, Commissioner's Court. If you cannot attend, but you support us, pick up the phone. Worst case scenario, email the radio station here and tell us, and I'll take a stack of emails to Commissioner's Court. But I really need about 400 people just for an hour. Just stop by. If you can't, talk to your commissioner. Tell them we've got to have what Mitch is talking about. That's all you got to say. I assure you they know me. They know exactly the position I'm in. I talk to them all the time. Tell them whatever Mitch said we need. Tell them we need the tax abatement for HIF. Tell them HIF 2. Tell them you support growing this community with economic development.
You know.
That's what we need.
Yeah, you wouldn't need an economic development corporation or company if you weren't planning on growth. You wouldn't need it. So they're here and they're working. So. All right, we got time for one more subject tonight. Which one do you want to hit, Mitch?
I tell you, it kind of keeps going. Let's talk about cost. I want to share a story with you. Over the weekend, I watched a young lady. I don't know what she was. She's with the government, and she's trying to explain how good you and I have it. That inflation is going down, and it set me off. And I'm set off already, but I'm going to continue. Everybody talks about how great we have it now that inflation is 3 or 4% versus the 9-10% that it was for the last 2 years. What they failed to take, folks are lying to you and I. They are lying to you and I and trying to get us to believe that we're better off today than we were last year. And it's a lie. Here's what they don't tell you. The price of groceries has gone up 20%. Now they're celebrating the fact that it's only going up at 3% at a time. They don't tell you, they don't even consider the fact it's already gone up 20%. They can't understand why you're upset with them. They can't understand why you're upset with the way they're running this government. They're lying to you. They're telling you that you are so much better off because inflation is low. Inflation is dropped to historic levels. Folks, pay attention. Prices haven't gone down. They're proud of the fact that the prices aren't going up as fast as they have the last 2 years. And I'm not talking about just food. I'm talking about fuel. I'm talking about housing. They jacked the interest rates up. It costs more now to own a house. It costs more now to rent. I heard something the other day that an apartment's running $1,100. $1,100. It was in Harris County in Katy. Folks, we have got to do something. This isn't a political speech. I just want us to open our eyes and to realize that they're telling us that we're so much better off when all they're talking about is the rate of increase is slowing. It's still increasing faster than my wages are. I bet faster than your wages are. Faster than anybody on a fixed income or retired. They're lying to us, folks. They're trying to convince us that the lower rate of increase is a good thing. And that they are working so hard for us. And we're just not being nice enough to them. When wake up, ain't no price gone down at the grocery store. No price gone down. it's scary when you really look at the way, and I think that there are those in the national media, not the local media. I've been trained to say that, not our local newspapers, not our local radio stations, not our local podcast folks, media in the national realm, and not all media, but there are those that are pushing an agenda to make you think that we're back to normal because the rate of inflation is lower. But I'm going to translate that is the astronomical increases in the price of everything you and I do is going up slower than the last 2 years. Now, I'm going to let whoever is in office own that. I've got problems with the drunken sailor spending of both political parties. This isn't this isn't an endorsement, but I want you to know that there are people manipulating you, and I don't want you to be manipulated. I want you to understand what's going on. This is critical. Again, we may not can afford to live a lifestyle we used to, especially those that are elderly or a single parent family that are struggling, maybe working 3 part-time jobs. We have got to stop this runaway inflation. We've got to stop this runaway spending that's causing inflation. And we have got to get some common sense back. Again, I'm not picking one political party over the other because they all want to spend like a drunken sailor. No offense to drunken sailors, by the way. But I'm just trying to tell you, guys, wake up. That you're being lied to. This economy today is still tough. This economy today is hurting people. Just the price of meat is going outrageous. The price of going out to eat is going outrageous. I talked to these restaurant owners. They're hurting. The price of beef, their products, they've got to go up. Their employees want more money. Their food cost more. Their energy costs more. And so it's just a matter of time before inflation is hurting them. It's hurting us going out. Entertainment, the same way. You know, the big 3 automakers were hurt by the unions striking. So they made deals where they promised astronomical raises for automobile workers. Who do you think is going to pay that? The automobile company? Not until you buy a vehicle. So the price of your vehicle is going to go up. The price what you pay is going to go up. Then the company will be able to pay the employees what they promised them to settle the strike. Wake up and realize what's really going on with you and I.
I want to read this here quick. Let's just take, Mitchell, you're talking about food and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I wanted to know, I just put up, how much is the average farmer making, okay, on the product that they sell? So give you an idea, on average, farmers spend $1.92 to produce a gallon of milk and make $1.32 when they sell it to processors. It's the 4th year in a row that farmers' milk prices have dipped below the cost of production.
Oh my God.
So how long is it that we're going to have milk?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if it costs them $1.92 and they get paid $1.32, how is that? Yeah. How is that right? And that's USDA stuff. That's United States Department of Agriculture. That's
their numbers, right? Yeah,
their numbers. That is their number. So it's just like Hawes Dickerson said. He went in and got 3 sacks of groceries for $94. It's almost cheaper to eat out than it is to go to the grocery store.
Yeah,
it is. And again, you have to pay insurance. You have to buy a car. You have to maintain that car to get to the work that you're at, to not make very much money. You go to the store after work, you got to pay the electric to cook it, and the gas to do this and that and that. So when I'm questioning about what I charge for the things that I do at a very, very minimal price,
Yeah.
you know, even with the lawn, right now I am just to give me the small engine thing, okay? I am half the price. I am half the price than the cheapest place that works on big or that works on a farm equipment here in Bay City.
Okay.
All right. So when that big company that works on farm equipment charges $150, $200 an hour, okay,
right,
to get that, and that guy that's working on your equipment is making $12 or $13 an hour,
right,
okay? So that means $140 is going to the big company,
right.
That's where all the money's going, and it just keeps on going up for them. So if it's going up for them, it's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from us, what we pay.
That's right.
And if we're paying more and more and more, but you know, well, let me get my thing. I got so excited I forgot to put my little thing up here. Okay,
you did.
So if we're making that here, you know, and the prices here, that's where we're living. Everybody's living good. Everything's equal on that. But right now, it's like this. It just keeps going. The pay rate's not going up.
No.
You know, they just talked about. You know, just think about this. How many years was the minimum wage at $3.50 or $3.20 an hour?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, just a couple of years ago, they talked about right before or right at when COVID hit and stuff. Oh, we got to get it up to $12 or $13 an hour. That's a hell of a jump. But with that hell of a jump comes, guess what?
Yeah.
They're going to charge more for that stuff that you want to pay because we got to charge more. We're going to pay these people more. So now it's still out of balance. It's still way, 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 way out of balance. And when I read this again, I'm going to read it again. On average, farmers spend $1.92 to produce a gallon of milk. They make $1.32 when they sell it to the processors. That don't mean it costs $1.92 and they're profiting $1.32. They're selling it to the processors.
That's right.
For $1.32, and it's the fourth year in a row that farmer milk prices have dipped below the cost of production.
Jeff, the same thing for shrimpers. The same thing for shrimpers. Yeah. They're going out there and they're buying the diesel, they're paying the staff, they're running their boats, they're pulling in their catch, and then having to sell it for less money than it's costing them to shrimp.
Right.
It's the same thing. Cattle, the same thing.
Yeah.
And we you know, and there's one thing I'm telling you, I've got a really, really, really bad habit, and that's I like to eat. And when our milk is runs out and nobody's milking and nobody's in the milk industry and our shrimp aren't being sold and you can't afford beef, we're gonna wake up and go, what happened? Why isn't the government saving us? I'm telling you, the government's lying to you is one through the media, telling you that you're better off today. You may be better off that it's only raising 3%. Instead of 9, but it sure didn't go down because the 9 a year ago and 9, that's 18. And now you're 25% paying more. I heard this lady on one of the talk shows and it just set me off, Jeff. She's sitting there. I can't understand why the public's upset. We've whipped this inflation. This inflation now, we've whipped it. Yeah, you whipped it, all right. We're paying 25% more. We're paying 25% more for things today. When you go to the grocery store and you spend $300 and you really didn't hit the meat market, that's scary. People can't afford to do that. I don't know what the single family and the low income folks are doing. I just don't. I mean, kids are hungry. Kids need to eat. They need milk and they need formula. They need diapers. I'm telling you, Jeff, I don't have the answer for this. If they would make me king for a day, I think I could fix some of it. Now, if you want me to fix a budget, I bet I can go in and do a pretty good job with the federal budget. I'm looking at the county budget and the city budget, and I don't have as much wiggle room. Do you know, realistically, when you look at the state budget, they are probably close to 90% of the budget, the expenses, is fixed. And that's salaries, that's benefits, that's Medicare, that's Medicaid, that's food stamps, that's incarceration, jails, law enforcement, all those things that we got to have. And then about 10% of the budget is where the legislatures spend 140 days arguing about.
My question is this here, Mitch. There's another one, and I wanted to go back because I knew it was an astronomical number.
Okay.
If you go out right now, okay, to a cattle farmer,
okay,
and some company goes and buys a whole steer, whatever.
Okay.
Do you know how much they're getting per pound for that steer?
Yeah, isn't it something like $1.75 a pound?
$1.32.
Okay.
$1.32. $1.32. That's right. So that's for the whole steer. That's not for a ribeye. That's not for the ribs.
Yeah.
$1.32.
Okay.
So you go out and get a ribeye steak. You're going out. Let's say we're going to grocery store, and I won't say the name of the store, but I'll rhyme it. TED. Whatever.
Yeah.
The Ted store. How comes a ribeye is $12 or $13 a pound? How comes that is? And there's more meat there than just about anywhere else on the thing. They sell $12, $13 a pound. Okay. How comes a portion of that don't go back to the cattle farmer? And these guys that are losing their equipment and can't afford their equipment for $1.32 a pound. So you're talking right here, just to give you an idea. Where was it? 1,200 pounds. Okay, so this one at 1,200 pounds or more cost around $600. So that's all right. So that's $2 a pound. All right, at $50 a pound. Steers with the average weight of 550 pounds costs $800. That's $145 for 100 pounds. That's $1.45 a pound. And then you're looking at heifers with an average weight of 520 pounds cost $675. That's $130 per 100 pounds. At 100 pounds. Okay, so that's $1.30. Like I said, $1.30 a pound. All right. So who's making all this extra money? Who's making?
Well, I'm sure there's transportation costs. I mean, the slaughterhouse.
I get that, but there's not a difference between 1 pound of meat and $13, $15.
Yeah, but there's extra cost in between the farmer and the grocery store.
Sure, I'm sure.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there is. But if they weight it per pound, it doesn't come out to transport. Oh, let's just say a 1 pound ribeye. Okay, just a 1 pound ribeye. Now we're talking about things that are stored in bulk and sent in bulk and waiting to.
I know.
It does not cost $13 to transport a $1 ribeye or a 1 pound.
No, ribeye. But I don't know what the butcher makes at HEB. That
right. So you got that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what we're getting at. So the farmer is the one that's out there feeding them with all the years with the grains, this and that.
That's right.
I'm sure it costs way more than $600 in the lifetime of a cattle or steer to feed.
I bet it does too.
So now you're taking they're
especially if you have to buy hay.
Oh man, yeah. And depending on what you get, alfalfa or whatever, yeah, it's expensive. So there's something wrong. There's something very, very wrong with everything and the way it's measured out, and the way I don't think, and I don't know too many people. Remember back in the day, it was, Ronald Reagan. He was fighting for the farmers, fighting for the small guy. You don't hear that from anybody anymore.
No,
you don't hear that from anybody. Who's fighting for the farmers? Who's fighting for the food producers? Who's fighting for those people?
Right. They don't have a union. They can't go on strike.
Exactly. So
I know. Jeff, that's why I need to be king for the day and given all power to change this. Yeah. Next Monday night, Jeff, I want to talk about the legislature, the failure of vouchers, the failure of teacher pay raises, and the failure of basically and what's going on today in the political process. So, but we'll start with that next week.
Okay.
I mean,
good. I was going to show you something here real quick before we go. I don't know if it's. Hang on, I don't know if it's there. And by the way, just for you folks, I'll put this up there. Coach Gonzalez at Tidehaven High School is probably this year one of the most known coaches throughout the state because of the defense. He's the defensive coach for the Tidehaven Tigers.
Excellent.
And
let's talk about something fun.
Yeah. So I actually, Coach Gonzalez has a mullet. He wears a mullet and sunglasses. Okay. And if I had hair, I would wear a mullet and sunglasses like he does. Okay. Now I did this at the pep rally last week, and I found a picture of Coach Gonzalez, and I know he's going to hit me again. This is Coach Gonzalez. Coach Gonzalez. He is going for
Tidehaven Tiger defensive coordinator.
Tidehaven Tiger defense. I love my Coach Gonzalez. He's awesome, dude.
Yeah, you better start. You better keep going. There he is.
There he is, right there. Okay, this is hit pre-K, straight out of pre-K. No, it's really not him, but the kid with the mullet and the sunglasses looks just like him. So I had to put it.
It could be him.
It could be. It very well could be him because, man, it looks just like him. So I don't know. I had that in.
You're in trouble, Jeff.
I know it. Listen, with these guys, I know it.
You're in trouble.
I don't know what that.
Will you look good in traction?
Probably not. But
what if he sends those football players after you?
Oh, they love me.
You may not come back from Dallas.
Yeah. Carolyn Barkley said,
buried in Jerry's world.
Yeah. With Jimmy Hoffa at one end and me at the other. That would be
That's right. There's probably a new building in Frisco that you could make your permanent home.
Going to go buy me a steer right now. Jeff Peremy Jr. There you go. He's going to go buy himself a steer right now. Go buy it now. It's cheaper to buy the steer. I'm telling you. Carolyn, here in Bay City, we have more people selling baked goods just to have a Christmas money. Just pull it.
Hello.
Yeah, just pull it full-time job. That's true. Yeah. Let's see. And Carolyn said also 2 cute Go Tigers. Yeah. It was a cute picture of them. That's what I say. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight on Inside Texas. Please, please, please support us in what we do here on Gulf Coast One Radio and the website, the webpage, and Inside Texas. And please get out there and support your Tidehaven Tigers. Soon to be. Oh, wait. James Gardemai said wait.
Wait
for what? What happened? I don't know. He said wait. He must be out in the boat again. Bay City ISD School Board approved $500 for teachers.
Oh, okay. So the legislature didn't do it. So the ISDs has stepped up and are going to give teachers pay raises.
Bay City, here it is. Bay City ISD School Board approved $500 for teachers. Just happened tonight. All employees.
Okay.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Thank you, Bay City ISD trustees.
Yes.
No, thank you to the legislator process.
That's right.
The governor, the speaker, the lieutenant governor. Shame on you. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Well, thanks, James, for letting us know that. That's awesome.
That is good. It's good news. Well, hey, maybe he can come on because that's what I want to talk about a little bit more in depth next week.
Okay. I'll get him. I'll get him on next week.
Okay.
Retention bonus is the official name. Checks arrive before Christmas. Retention bonus. So
am I getting mine?
Yeah. Do I? Yeah. What about me?
You getting ours?
Yeah, James.
Yeah, James.
Mitch needs his. I need mine too.
We need our $500.
We're not in the school board, but we're bored.
We are. We deserve it.
Yes. Absolutely. You need to get. I don't know. We'll figure it out, James. We'll figure it out. I know where you work. We'll get it from you.
All right, brother.
All right. Go Tigers! Go Tigers! Yeah, wait by your mailboxes. I'll be there. I promise. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There, Joe Biden Jr. We appreciate it. All right. Go Tigers. We'll see you all Thursday night for the big game. Tidehaven Tigers State Championship live on GCOR1.com. Watch the pregame on Jeff Michaels' Facebook page and on YouTube and the halftime show, and listen to us on GCOR1. On behalf of myself, Jeff Michaels, and the lovely and talented Mitch Thames, have yourselves a great week, and we'll see you after we win the state championship.